A lot of micronations are monarchies of some sort. They're duchies or principalities or kingdoms or empires, a lot of empires out there. And it's been done. I'm not one of those regal types. I'm kind of a down-to-earth guy. And I wanted to do something that would both fit that part of my personality, but that would also be different. The mantle of leadership of my country, it really is quite heavy. The actual running of the country and the face of the country is me. As small as our country is, I'm a very hands-on guy. There's not a lot of extra folks to do the work for me. I have to do all the work myself. I have to run the website. I have to answer the emails. I don't have a personal secretary to do that. And it's a lot of work. It really is. But don't get me wrong, I enjoy every second of it. Because if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. And I do, so I do. Because we are such a small country, and we have to be ever vigilant, because there is a very large country that completely surrounds us. Many years ago, I declared martial law. I guess you'd call me a dictator, but I'm definitely a benevolent one. The citizens do not object, generally, to the things that I ask of them, and I make sure everything runs pretty tight and shipshape in our little dinky country. This is our custom station. Every country should have its own custom station to I guess, guard the frontiers, and our frontier is guarded by Fred, the customs guy. You can see him sitting there, and one of his responsibilities, besides collecting change in the cup for coming into the country, is to ensure that none of these things are brought into the country by a decree from myself. Among them are fresh spinach, definitely not allowed in the country, nasty stuff. No tobacco products, very bad for you. Incandescent light bulbs, bad for the environment. Catfish, definitely no good, not like we have a problem with it, but certainly banned. Missionaries and salesmen, just because they're annoying. Onions, awful things, anything, and I do mean anything from Texas except for Kelly Clarkson. Walruses are certainly banned, and plastic shopping bags are definitely not allowed because they are also horrible for the environment. So I'll briefly point out that we are on Molossian Standard Time. Yes, we have our own time zone here in Molossia. That's 39 minutes ahead of Pacific Time, or 21 minutes behind Mountain Time, whichever you prefer. What we have here is the Molossian Trading Company. This is our trading post. We do sell a number of different things. It sort of helps support our very tiny economy. And so what we decided to do was have a trading post. When folks come visit Molossia, they can buy things, bumper stickers and summer coins and buttons and so forth like that. And trading post is very ably manned by the ever-smiling Trader Tom, who you see reposing right there in yonder lawn chair. I'd like to welcome you to Norton Park. Norton Park is basically the garden spot of the Republic of Molossia. As you can see, looking around, there's not a lot of trees and so forth in our desert country. In the middle of Norton Park, you see the Molossia Railroad. Before there was even a park, before there were trees or anything, there was the Molossia Railroad, and now it's definitely the centerpiece of our park. Railroad's about 10 years old, and it's actually what's called a large-scale or G-scale railroad. If you ever get into this sort of thing, it's an extremely expensive hobby, which is why we haven't done much more with it than what we've got going on right here. Of course, it's always a dream that we have to actually have a railroad that we can ride on. And here we have the monument to the Molossian Navy. We're very proud of our Navy, even though it's really small. We have three vessels, three boats, I guess you'd call them. A larger raft that we call the MS Wombat, and then the two smaller are actually inflatable kayaks, and that's the Bandicoot and the Platypus. And even though it seems kind of incongruous to have a Navy out here in the desert, because you don't really see any water, over the border in the United States there are several lakes. This is the Space Monument. Of course, the Molossian space program is kind of legendary. We've done some really wonderful things with the small rockets that we've had. Started out with just simple rockets, and then we worked our way up to a rocket that has a camera on it, a video camera on it. So we were finally victoriously able to get an aerial view of Molossia. One, two, three. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot.
Coming down quick.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, Kevin.
Wait, what? No, help Carson with the gold one. Okay. Molossia is, I think, is the greatest small country on earth. We have that special spark, that imagination, in both the literal and figurative sense. We are very much a family, and you know, we do everything together as a nation. Gotta watch my figure. Because I'm a dictator, I deliberately chose my uniform to have a certain look. I mean, initially I was like, I don't know about wearing this thing outside the house. But when the Lonely Planet Guide to Micronations came out, I agreed to go and do book signings. I sat there in the doorway of the Borders bookstore, and I've got my son Carson as a bodyguard behind me, the flag, I got a sign, and I'm wearing my cool uniform. How's it going? People are walking by me like I'm a stack of books. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I'm like, okay, this looks a little bit odd to me, and I'm the guy doing it. Doesn't this look strange to you?
The country again?
Molossia, M-O-L-O-S-S-I-A. It's actually inside the United States. You're Molossia.
Molossia.
Yes, indeed.
Great.
Yes, indeed. Good to meet you.
Greetings.
From North Dakota? Or? What we do by having our own country, by most standards, is a little bit eccentric. And I'm okay with that because I'm really okay with being eccentric. That's quite all right by me.
To repeat it again, would you mind telling me where you come from again?
The Republic of Molossia.
Malaysia.
Molossia.
Malaysia.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Close enough? Yes,
But
indeed.
the whole world.
No, not Malaysia. Molossia. Yes, indeed.
Molossia, huh?
Yes, indeed.
What is the uniform for?
I am the president of the Republic of Molossia,
Okay.
visiting the White House of your president.
Okay.
My house is a little bit smaller.
Cool. Molossia. You guys watching?
I count the days, the great frontier, forgiving face the seventh year. I stand in awe of great service.
Be quiet.
I cannot forget
I thought you were Canadian. Oh, said, be quiet, eh?
All right.
the carpenter invites us to be with her.
Hello, this is President Kevin Baugh of the Republic of Molossia, and you're watching Micronation Television.